Hello YouTube, my name is Sam, aka The Sensible Leftist, and in this video I'm going to be offering my personal opinion on the whole Sydney Sweeney American Eagle Outfitter controversy. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, Sydney Sweeney, one of the most popular actresses at the moment, was hired to be a model for American Eagle Outfitter's latest jean line. And the whole thing was basically a play on words. You know, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, and they basically played it on words instead of saying genes like genetics, it's genes like the clothing. And you won't believe the controversy surrounding this, okay? You know, there are people saying, oh, it's subtly, hinting at white supremacy and it's racist and blah, blah, blah. Okay, as a leftist, I'm going to say this. The people who are complaining about this are freaking idiots, okay? There is no mention of race, no mention of color, it was not implied, mentioned, or referenced. And when even, a member of a current presidential administration that I did not vote for weighs in and I agree with them, you know that you're doing something wrong, okay? Now, what this gentleman basically said, I think his name is Stephen Chung, I think he's the White House press director or whoever he is, basically said that this is why people voted the way they did in 2024. People are sick and tired of this woke liberal bullshit. And guess what? I agree with them. This is bullshit. It's a beautiful model. Advertising jeans for a clothing company. Oh my God, Bahar. Now, I'm going to say something to all the leftists that are complaining about this. When you basically make it a point to see color always and everywhere, even in places like this ad where it's not mentioned, referenced, or alluded to, you basically make yourself sound like a certain organization which has basically lived in infamy in this United States, as Bill Maher recently explained in a New Rules segment sometime back.
Of liberalism. I have always believed, as liberals do, for example, in a colorblind society, that the goal is to not see race at all anywhere for any reason.
Yes.
That's what liberals always believed all the way through. Obama, going back, Kennedy, everybody, Martin Luther King. That's not what the woke believe. They believe race is first and foremost the thing you should always see everywhere, which I find interesting because that used to be the position of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to be making yourselves draw comparisons to one of the most hated organizations in America, that's when you know you're doing something wrong. And I also want to let you know, too, guys, that when you basically bitch and moan about things like this and make things a mountain out of a molehill and basically make yourselves look batshit crazy, it's going to screw us for a long time in other ways, and I'll tell you why. Now, when other conservatives actually start saying things that I agree with, you know that, things are changing. You know that you guys are doing something wrong. But this is the problem. This is why people are voting Republican. And I got news for you on this, all right? People oftentimes don't vote Republican because they like the Republican candidates. People vote Republican because they feel it's a vote against the craziness of what the left has become. And this is a prime example. And there is something I want to mention here. Based on what I'm seeing on X, formerly Twitter, and other places, the conservatives that are coming down the pike are not your father's conservatives or not your grandfather's conservatives. They are more extreme than they ever were. I'll give you a couple of prime examples here, okay? A lot of the conservatives that are coming down the pike want to chip away at erode women's rights. And I'm not just talking about birth control or abortion. I'm talking about the conservatives who want to make it illegal for salons to do pixie cuts on women. I'm talking about the conservatives who want to pass laws that would prohibit women from wearing certain types of bathing suits at the beach. Yes, you heard that correctly. I'm talking about the conservatives that are so hell-bent on wanting to ban certain forms of entertainment that you or me might like to watch or listen to. All because they're basically their fairy tale of a mythical sky deity told them to have a bug up their ass about it. And that's the problem. And there's so many other shit-witted things that these conservatives want to do that they're actually going to get a chance to do if they keep getting voted into office because idiots such as the people who are complaining about this ad are driving them to do. Because unfortunately, when you basically act like idiots like this, you basically make want of people vote for the other side. And you want to know why? Because these people know the types of politicians you support. And then they look at that and they're like, no way am I voting for the people that represent people like you. And guess what? So guess what? People are going to vote for the people that don't represent you. And guess what's going to happen? You're not going to like the results. And then when all these shit-witted things start happening, that's when you are going to look and say, maybe I shouldn't made a big stink about Sydney Sweeney modeling jeans for a clothing company. And with that, I am out, and I shall see you around next time. And once again, if you end up liking this video, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Once again, my name is Sam, and I shall see you later. Bye.